Pricing is always an interesting subject. For me as a solicitor, there's certain types of work I do. For example, if I'm representing a client in a dispute, there's pretty much a standard rate. The courts will set an hourly rate for someone of my experience in my area. So that's set. That's a given. But outside that, I can then increase my prices if I've got a particularly specialist area which I'm working on. If a client asks me to do something last minute, drop everything else and work on that, then I can charge a premium. Also, because of the way I run my business, I run it a lot leaner than a lot of my competitors. They have their big law firms, they have lots of overheads, they have these amazing offices and that, and obviously that pushes up the price which they have to charge. So I can offer a much more competitive service. I've never wanted to be the cheapest because I think that reflects a lot on quality and perception. So it's a case of you set your price according to how you want to be perceived in the market, that I want to offer really good value. I could, with some of my work, charge a real high-end rate and be competitive with some of the London firms, but that's not me and that's not the way I want to go. So I like to be good value. I'm cheaper than some because I can undercut because of the way I run the business, but I don't need to charge really low rates to get the work in because I rely on my reputation and the experience I've got to command, no, this is what I'm worth and this is what clients will pay me. Again, I guess it can be an issue with clients that, okay, solicitors are perceived as expensive. Where I can, then I'll always work on a fixed fee, because again, that can give a client the certainty they want, and again, that can sometimes give me an advantage over another law firm if they're just charging on an hourly rate. If a client comes to me and says, I want you to do this, and I'll say, excellent, I will charge you that amount, then that again can give me an advantage. And it's something for business to think about, is if the traditional model is charged by an hourly rate, can you charge a fixed fee to give your clients that sort of certainty which they often want? When I first set up the business, I was starting to get a feel for what price should I charge. I knew the standard rate which was recommended, and I was thinking, what can I do to get more business in? So I thought, okay, let's really cut prices. And for some clients, then that was attractive, but for others, it didn't really have much of an impact on their choice of a solicitor. I think one of the things I did wrong in the early days was I had clients come to me and they say, if you give me a discount, I'll give you a lot of work. And I tended to be so, oh yeah, that sounds like a good deal, and I'll take that. And what I found was that I probably did that too much, and I didn't need to. I was too quick to offer the discount to get the work in, whereas I probably didn't need to discount as much, or they would give me the work anyway. So I ended up doing lots and lots and lots of work and not making any profit from it, which was not a good way to start the business. When you're growing your business, it's always good to have a good solid client base. It's good to have experience to build on. My clients don't really like me talking about them and using them as credibility to get other clients. Being a solicitor, everything I talk to people about is strictly confidential. So I've never really found that I can advertise on the basis that, oh, I act for this client, therefore I can offer a similar service for you. That hasn't worked. So the advantages of discounting to get those clients in didn't really work for me. It was a case of, in the early days, trying to build up a critical mass of a client base, which was more the driver than using one client to get in another one.